Story time, story time. So I'm a 365 Black History type of chick because I'm 365 Black. That's just what God decided. And my love is not exclusive. It's just that if I'm going to agree with him about what he said about you, I got to agree with him about what he said about me. So if you've been here, you've seen this wreath, or even in my old place in Tempe, then you've seen it. And here's why I have a cotton wreath. I made this for my grandma. So that flower was one of hers. I got a chance to be blessed with just some of her accessories and stuff when she passed. And my grandmother, Julia, my daddy's mama, Julia Mae Gadsden, who resided in the Moultrie, Georgia area most of her life. My grandma, bless this lady's heart, understands that I have a complicated relationship with cotton fields. You know, the history speaks for itself. But when I was in Georgia, before she passed in September of 2020, filming the documentary that I still need to finish editing about her life, she kept, even though this lady had a walker, trying to get me to pick cotton with her. And I'm like, girl, my grandmother worked in many fields. She had a lot of hard experiences, and it was not an easy journey for her. She used to, unfortunately, have to skip school. So she had maybe total 3.5 years of school her whole life. But she used to have to skip school as the oldest daughter to help her dad, who was responsible for raising crops on the plantation that they lived on. Exactly. I don't look old enough to have a grandma that lived on a plantation. But if you look at the history of things, then you'll recognize that even though my grandma being born in 1931, was born free, that 40 acres and a mule didn't really happen for folks. They ended up having to go right back from which they came. And the harsh experience of being responsible for crops like okra, which she used to say was really painful, would tear like her fingers and stuff up, made it to where she actually, if life was going to be hard and she was going to have to be in them fields anyway, she enjoyed the softness of cotton. So in her complicated and painful experience, when she would see cotton fields, it actually was a positive, if you can, beautiful memory of a lot of pain from her growing up experience. She found joy in picking cotton because it was softer on her hands than picking okra or plucking the feathers of the quail that the people would hunt on the plantation that she grew up on. So when she passed, I made a cotton wreath. And that's why it will always be hung in my home.